Yeah, you know what time it is. No scripts, no filters, no fear. We said what we said and meant that. Off the record. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real. No filter shit, we say what we feel. Politics, stories, truth on display. Come on. We talk that talk in our own way. Off the record, minion the guy, let's go. Foxy 2 Roxy 3, she go hard.
I swear on everything, that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
So hard, busy with the facts she never missed. I said what I said, that's the twist. Off the record, come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. We pull the roots from what they keep. From pain to progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Minion bring the vision, Foxy bring the flame. Lizzie drop a seat, it'll never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We taking truth global, remember the name. No apologies, no disguise. Just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. This the realest show you ever saw. Off the record. We said what we said. Off the record. Yeah. Yeah. We said what we said. Off the record.
Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Off the Record with your boy Minion, the God, and my lovely partner in crime. I said what I said. What's good, everybody? Do us a huge favor, and as you come in, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. But what's going on? I said what I said.
Hey everybody. I didn't know I was the partner in crime, but I'll take that title also. Welcome to the show.
Well, yeah, we're not criminals. We don't do crime, but
No,
yeah.
we don't. Yeah, we don't know nothing about all of that. Hi,
Good.
everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the show. And as my partner said, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channels, please do so at this time before we get started with the show. And we want to say thank you and please.
Please and thank you. And guys, I know y'all seen all the drama in the last couple of days. So while yes, ICE is still, technically running amok on the American public, we got a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about as well. So we're gonna talk about ICE, but we're gonna talk about these Trumpstein Files. I mean, they just released 3 million files for Donald Trump, so that's gonna be interesting to see how people are dissecting it. Are you kind of excited about the Trumpstein Files, or are you disgusted, or both?
Well, it's a lot of files, a lot of allegations, and it's just a lot to digest. So, I'm just still in the midst of just reading the files and really trying to, diverge into what information is in the files. So, so far I haven't had a good feeling about it.
Definitely, it's kind of
Yeah.
creepy knowing that there's all these celebrities and high-powered leaders and public
Yeah.
figures in these files. And
People from every direction, just people from any and every sector, direction.
yeah,
And so there's no, method to the madness of, who this guy got in contact with. And that's the part that you have to dissect, right?
yeah,
You
because
have you have to you have to decipher, who was just there because of association, or who was there because of participation.
exactly, exactly. I think that's what the people trying to get down to the bottom of.
Yeah.
And we gonna get down to the bottom of it because there's millions of people that are dissecting these Trumpstein files right now. So
Hmm.
we are definitely going to be exposing and talking about all the information that comes out. But before we get into the Trumpstein files, we definitely are going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump, and I mean, and Melania. What is going on with these three? Because he's been taking up harder for Nicki Minaj than I've ever seen him take up for Melania. So we gonna talk about, is it, what's going
What
on?
I noticed was he promoted Nikki more than he promoted Melania's new documentary. Would you say so yourself? Because I didn't really see him promoting that too much. What did I miss something that was in the news, or
No, he
or
really
or was
didn't.
he promoting? Did you feel like he was vouching and promoting Nikki more than he was Melania? I'm just asking questions.
Well, he did call Nicki Minaj the rap queen. So I don't know. I ain't never heard him refer to Melania as a queen or anything. So
Right?
I don't know. I don't know. But we gonna talk about it because now they're feuding with Trevor Noah. As a matter of fact, that's gonna be the first thing that we get into, and then we're gonna look at, of course, all of the allegedly, possibly illegal tactics used by ICE. We're going to look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, talk about this new world order that the new Republican Party, the MIGAs, she said it's not MAGA anymore, it's MIGA.
What
We're
that
going to talk about,
mean?
I don't,
What's the migger?
I don't know what a MIGA is, but that's what she
Like my
called.
like my mama said, that sound too much like that's too close for comfort, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. These people are wilding out. And guys, we're also going to talk about some FAFO moments. We're going to talk about some real moments that have happened where we have to discuss racism. So trigger warning for the show, guys. I hope you guys, this show is going to be for mature audiences only. Okay. Um, there may be some language that's used that some may consider offensive. So we just want to kind of throw that disclaimer out there. All right. Well, let's jump into it. We're gonna start off, like I said, with Trevor Noah.
Well, let's
Oh,
greet the
my
chat
bad.
first.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back.
We did say hello to everyone, but let's just highlight a few people in the chat. We don't have very many, so it's not going to take very long. So we'll start the show momentarily. So hello to you, reversing high blood pressure. Welcome in, and thank you for being here tonight.
Hello, reversing high blood pressure. What's going on?
Hello to you, the Real Brown Family Chronicles, aka Nestos. Hey sis,
What's
how you
going
doing?
on?
And
Hey guys.
we have Sonia Ruiz in the house. She says she's from Brooklyn.
All right, what's up,
Happy
Brooklyn
Monday,
in the
Sonia.
house?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I believe that's who we have so far. That
All
I can,
right.
it looked like somebody spoke to Leo lady, but I don't see her. Maybe she's in our vertical chat or something. And let me put the comments on the screen so won't miss anybody in case StreamYard is not catching everybody. But welcome in, Leo lady. If you're in the house, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy
Welcome,
Monday.
welcome. Yeah.
And look like we got Francisca Harrison in the house and say help. They say hello and welcome, 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 Francisca.
What's up, Francisca? All right. Thank you guys for coming into the chat and speaking. We definitely appreciate it. And if you are new here, y'all, you can definitely let us know where you're calling from, where you're watching from. And then maybe later on we might open up the lines for people to call in. So that might be something that y'all might be interested in too. So are we ready to jump into all the craziness and chaos? Oh, did you guys see the title of the show? I think it's pretty appropriate when it comes to this administration. It's like the dementia and the desperate, you know. All
Hmm.
right. Well, let's get into it.
Turn the volume up. We can't hear the volume.
You say the volume?
Yeah, we can't hear the volume. Basically, start it over because we can't hear nothing.
Okay.
John Legend, Billie Eilish, Phineas, Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nikki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say
Everybody
it's you, but
said
it's me.
it.
Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby. Jennifer Hudson is in the house.
All right. So I think that was one of the comments that got Donald Trump to feel some kind of way, and he definitely did respond. As you guys can see, this was his response. Well, first off, before we get into his response, don't you just love Trevor Noah's when he reenacts Donald Trump? He always sounds like just like him.
Yeah, he sounds just like him. And
Yeah.
I saw that from another angle where they wasn't actually they were showing Trevor, but if you could have seen Jennifer Hudson's face when he said Nicki Minaj, I mean, she just looked like she tasted some lemons in her face when he said that. The disgust on her face, it was priceless.
Let's replay it.
John Legend, Billie Eilish, Phineas, Nicki Minaj
Hey,
is
Nana
not
and Nene.
here. She is not here.
Oh,
She
she
is
looked away.
You see
she is still at the
Yeah.
White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nikki, I
Look.
have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look
she
at
hates
it.
to look at her. You see how
Jennifer
uncomfortable
Hudson is
she
in the
looked?
house.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
she was totally uncomfortable. And Francisca said they're calling from they're watching from the UK. And hey to you, Nana and Nene.
Hey,
But did
what's up, UK?
you see that disgusting look that she had though? That was funny, what wasn't it?
She turned away. She was like, "Lord, this
Yeah, she was like this is a
not."
total embarrassment.
Yeah, yeah. She is a total embarrassment. I mean, she
Right.
is cooning at the highest degree.
That part.
But maybe this is at the end of the day when you love somebody, when you marry somebody, regardless of their background, we all know that her husband, has a background as a offender of the younger people.
Not such
Um,
he don't have a good a savory background.
no, 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 no. And so, if she had any chance of getting, pardons, and if there was any issues with citizenship, this is the first presidency that probably will directly accept a bribe. You just load it onto your Trump gold card, and uh, so I think this was her opportunity, the only opportunity she would have had to, get her husband, together and get her
Hmm.
citizenship together.
Yeah, and desperate calls for desperate measures.
Desperation. He dementia and she desperation. So this is what Donald Trump responded with when it came to Trevor Noah. He said the Grammy Awards are the worst, virtually unwatchable. CBS lucky. CBS is lucky not to have this garbage litter on their airwaves any longer. The host Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is
Mm.
almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on the Epstein Island. Wrong. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island nor anywhere close. And until tonight's false and defamatory statement, have ever been accused of being there. That's a lie. Not even by the fake news media. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of a MC and suing him for plenty of money. Ask little George Slopodopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS. Get ready, Noah. I'm gonna have some fun with you. President DJT.
That sounds
Definitely not like a president.
creepy
Yes,
and
very
weird,
creepy.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some fun with you.
And you calling people George Slopodopoulos. What you mean Slopodopoulos? You done got slopped up by this man or something?
Right.
What you
Oh,
know
yeah.
about that?
It's the little things that slip out. And also, he said he can't speak for Bill, but wasn't he the same person that was speaking for Bill, when these Epstein files came out the first bunch? And he said that Bill Clinton was on the island. Wasn't he saying that over and over again?
Over and over and over. He could
But
have
now he
spoke for
can't
Bill
speak
then.
for him.
He was up there in them pit. He could do a lot of stuff for Bill back in the day.
Right.
We saw the pictures of the stuff he could do for Bill, but now he can't speak for him. So that's one of the things he can't do for him right now.
Yeah, but the whole thing about it is he can criticize people. He can call them pigs. He can talk about the disabled. He can talk about anybody he want to talk about, right? And there's nobody says nothing. But as soon as somebody put that shoe on the other foot, he want to use all his powers to be. He have a whole arsenal that he can use against the American public, and you can best believe, baby, with the thin skin that he has, he's definitely using his arsenal of powers against the American public. Just like he's trying to do that against Don Lemon at this point. And so, my goodness, you can dish it, but you can't take it. That's what I'm showing. Hey, Thriving Glow with Joe, thank you for joining us tonight. Happy Monday and welcome in. And we also have Despicable Blinyon.
Despicable Minion.
Oh, Despicable Minion. Okay, like you.
Okay.
Okay,
Come on,
Minion.
Despicable Minion.
Despicable Minion.
What's
And
good?
he say Trump is in the list. And is Trump in the list?
And is.
And is. He was in the list over
Okay.
1,000 times.
but
Probably more than that.
but
But they
even
took
if
his name out. But
even
they're
if he
individuals.
wasn't, yeah, he redacted it probably way more than 1,000 times. Who knows how many times? If we take out all the redactions, who knows how many times his name is mentioned in the damn Epstein files?
Exactly. Yeah, we
But
really
without
don't know.
with
To
the
be honest,
redactions, it's still over 1,000. So
that's a lot.
let that sink in.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But then you have, even if he was absolved from the Epstein files, is this the way that our presidents are supposed to be talking? Like
To the public.
to the public. This is how we
And,
want
and,
our
and let's not forget, this is a comedian. This is what comedians do.
exactly. And
They
Trump is
tell
not a
jokes.
comedian,
Right. They
so
tell jokes.
it's really an embarrassment because, like I said, not only is this for the American people, but shit, the world can see this.
Exactly.
You so fucking sensitive and like a little bitch that you can't take a couple of jokes
Right. Thin skinned.
to the point where we all know that everybody's laughing. I mean, yeah, they laughing at you, but it's a joke. We all know it's a joke, and
Every
you are taking
every
it to the point.
president, Every president that's sitting in that space that he's in has been a joke been told on them.
But you gotta sue them. You gotta use the power of the American taxpayer dollars. Because let's be honest, you're not about to come out your pocket to pay your lawyers to go after this guy. You about to pay. Yeah, this is gonna come out of the taxpayer dollars, American taxpayer dollars. It's just really not a
It's
good
sad.
use
It's
of
sad. It's just sad.
social media.
All right.
Uh,
Not a good look for a president.
And then you
An
got Nicki
adult.
Minaj. This is her response to after Trevor Noah basically called her out, and everybody pretty much uh celebrated the fact that she was not in attendance at the Grammys.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you didn't see the clip, you're gonna see the clip now because of the responses. So I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Well, this cryptic response that she gave did not help anything because now she's Chucky on her Twitter. She says, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and, y'all see the words mutilate and them as a form of a sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. All right, so it's definitely something alluding to some kind of, you know, satanic stuff that a lot of people have been, making conspiracy theories about. Um, and the reason why I think she said that was because he was standing right in front of Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, and there's been a lot of allegations of Chrissy Teigen and her controversial posts that she's been posting on Twitter and stuff,
Oh.
where it kind of leads make you think that she might be into that pedo stuff. So you know,
Well,
um,
I thought she was just, kind of letting us know what she was doing. So I didn't know she was talking about somebody else because remember, Trump said that she was the biggest hip hop star and the queen and favorite of most all time. So I thought she was talking about herself. I didn't know she was talking about someone else.
yeah, no, I think I mean it could be projection. I mean it could definitely be something that they really do, behind closed doors.
Because
And
normally isn't that the gig of the jig of the
yeah,
game?
yeah,
They
yeah. That's
accuse
like the
people of
initial.
doing something and then come to find out it's really them.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So you never know, but we gonna see. But since she did bring this up, I thought that it was kind of important that we start talking about this Pizzagate because since these Trumpstein files came out, a lot of things have been coming out and it resurfaced this thing about Pizzagate, which I had never heard of until this latest release of the Trumpstein files. So I don't know if everybody's heard of the Pizzagate and
Yeah, it was huge, and when Hillary Clinton was running in 2016, that's when it actually came out, and it was one of the conspiracy theories that QAnon was saying about Hillary Clinton, which all the accusations have been found untrue.
hmm
Hmm.
well,
All the
this
claims.
this Pizzagate goes beyond Hillary Clinton though, so I don't think this. Maybe when they were trying to add Hillary Clinton to it, they were reaching because I mean, I don't. I hope she wouldn't be as dumb enough as to try to participate in this stuff and in a way where she could get caught up.
Yeah,
But
but the whole Pizzagate has been found not true. The whole
oh,
all of
really?
Yeah, all of the claims have been unfounded. None of them are true. It's all a conspiracy from QAnon. If you know
Oh.
anything about QAnon.
But
They're-
what you see, this is the thing though. I don't know if it's really conspiratorial. Well, let's look at this video. It's a news clip that started. I mean, if y'all ever want to go down a rabbit hole, just scroll down your Twitter news feed. Because I mean, as soon as you start scrolling, it's gonna take you down a whole rabbit hole. And so I wanted to kind of watch this video and then let me know if you think that it's conspiracy theory afterwards, because it definitely made me say, do I need to start looking into this?" because I was shocked. Let's look at it.
Well, Pizzagate. It became a major story weeks ago when an armed man decided to investigate a D.C. area pizza place for himself. This man right here, he carried a rifle into a pizza parlor and then fired it at the floor. Media is telling you the entire story is a hoax or fake news. But what does that even mean? I spent the last month investigating. So what exactly is Pizzagate? And are there any actual facts to support the story? I've got to warn you, what we're going to talk about tonight will be disturbing to some people. But this is a reality check you won't see anywhere else. Pizzagate actually comes from the WikiLeaks release of hacked emails from Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta. In all, WikiLeaks dumped around 50,000 email messages, and it was from those emails that the claims that John Podesta may be part of a child sex trafficking ring come from. Now, to be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia. That is a fact. But there are dozens of what seem to be strangely worded emails dealing with pizza and handkerchiefs. Self-described online investigators say that those words in the emails about pizza and the talk of handkerchiefs is code language used by pedophiles. So how did a DC pizza parlor get pulled into the story? Well, again, read any mainstream report and they indicate that Comet Ping Pong Pizza was somehow linked to this fake story and has no relation to anyone involved. But the truth is, that's not true either. What media is ignoring is that the Comet Ping Pong Pizza place is actually referenced in the Podesta emails at least a dozen or so times, and that the owner of that place, James Alfantis, is a friend of John Podesta. He was actually named, this is kind of strange, by GQ magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful people in Washington. Yes, we're talking about a pizza parlor owner. Now let's talk facts here. There is no solid evidence that Comet Ping Pong Pizza is being used to run a child sex trafficking ring. But there are some very strange connections between Comet Ping Pong Pizza and a second pizza place 2 doors over, Besta Pizza, and the accusations of pedophilia. Now, this is where things start to get strange when you research this story. Now, to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document. That document, according to the FBI, contains commonly used symbols by pedophiles to express their preference in children. I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo until only a few weeks ago. Clearly, you can see that the Besta logo actually contains the same image, I'm going to show you again, as that boy lover image. Interestingly, after Pizzagate investigators pointed the
Now, do you think, first off, do you think that's any coincidence or that just is a regular logo for a pizza?
I don't know. I don't know who took whose image. I don't know if the, for what it stand for was first, or did
Yeah.
pizza people use it first and then they copied it, because that's what we do in America. Everybody, you have an idea, somebody else will take it and magnify it, or, do something different with it, but it's
And
all the
use it
same
for
thing.
something that's, yeah.
But, they were saying the same things about the Illuminati also, because of the symbols that's used with the people that's associated with the Illuminati, which I've never believed in that either. So I really don't know, to be honest
Well,
with you. But it's things that make you say,
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's enough to where it's like, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all the symbols, why is the symbol that you're using
have to
up
be
on
the
the
same as that.
FBI's? Yeah,
But it
exactly.
sound like, though, but it sound like so far that they may have been referencing this man instead of saying his name, just calling his name Pizza, so that they can understand, like it was code word for his name. That's what it sounded like to me. With Hillary
Mm.
Clinton and John Podesta,
Hmm.
since the guy
Oh,
was a big
Hillary
time
Clinton
donor.
was with, it was Hillary Clinton part of the Podesta
Well, John
scandal.
Podesta, well, he was her campaign manager in
Oh,
2016. Yes, he worked on her campaign with
oh,
her,
okay.
and so that's the reason why, they pinned this on Hillary Clinton, because it was during
Hmm.
her campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was detached from the news for a long time, so
Yeah. Well, I was highly involved in it because I wanted Hillary Clinton to win. So, I watched the whole, I watched it all. And hey to you, allegedly Arcane, thank you for coming in. Um, we have Craftsman BR and Mr. Gate came in. And Fred, thank you for joining us today. He came in also.
all right. Thank you guys for coming in and do us a huge favor if you will and hit the like button on your way in and subscribe if you haven't done so.
Hmm. But Craftsman say Ping Pong Pizza. What name? What kind of name is that for a pizza place? He said it's
I know,
close
right?
enough to make you think about it. It really is, Craftsman. And you say Voodoo Donut is also a pedophile
South
logo on one
See,
of the Pope's Rogue. He has a pedophile logo. So Pizzagate
Best
was
Pizza
for a
changed their
chain.
logo.
they
There
changed
it
it.
is
This is
now.
the new
They've removed the
logo.
triangle.
Yeah.
Also, Comet Ping Pong, owned by Alphantis, is the place where a number of performance artists perform regularly. Two of the groups that perform there, who you can see advertised, by the way, on this Comet Ping Pong poster, include a group called Heavy Breathing and another group called Sex Stains. Well, if you check out the YouTube videos by these bands, Heavy Breathing
What
has
kind of
songs
name
that
is that?
joke about
What?
pedophilia, and the band Sex Stains has a video that includes, and you see it right there, that same boy lover symbol. It's nearly identical to the one that the FBI does say
No.
is a
Okay.
pedophile code
See,
symbol for boy love.
No.
see?
As I said, there are some strange things there. As for the owner of the pizza place, James
Uh-uh.
Alfantis, well, he was one time in a relationship with David Brock, who ran Media Matters for America. Well, since Pizzagate began to blow up online, he has made his Instagram profile, Jimmy Comet, private. But an archive search of Instagram reveals a number of strange photographs and words with strange and disturbing images associated with them. Look, to the point where we can't show you those pictures. We're not even going to
What?
describe them to you because some viewers would find it too disturbing to share on TV. Now let's talk about the Podesta brothers, because remember, it was John Podesta's email that was hacked. In those leaked Podesta emails, John Podesta talks about his close relationship with Dennis Hastert, the former Speaker of the House, who was recently sentenced to 15 months in prison for abusing boys years ago. He was referred to by the judge as a serial child molester. According to the Washington
Wow.
Post, visitors to Tony Podesta's home in Falls Church got an eyeful when they walked into a bedroom at the Podesta residence hung with multiple color pictures by Katie Grannon, a photographer known for documentary-style pictures of naked teenagers in their parents' suburban homes. And to be clear, that just begins to scratch the surface of how strange some of this stuff is. And bear in mind, we can't get into a lot of the real details of it because of the limits on broadcasting this on television. But it is some very strange stuff. Now, keep in mind, again, there is no proof here that there is a child sex ring being operated out of a DC pizza parlor. Investigators have already proven there's nothing to the story, right? Well, actually, no. And that's what you need to know. For all that is here, there has not been one single public investigation of any of this, not from local police, not from the FBI, no one. And that has to be the big question, not for Podesta or for pizza parlor owners, but for law enforcement. Based on what may be or may not be here, the big question is, why hasn't any investigation taken place? That's Reality Check. Let's talk about it.
All right, guys. And so, again, going down the rabbit hole of my timeline,
Mm-hmm.
this is another video.
Is this what's going down your timeline now?
Yes.
What?
That's all right. I don't want
Yeah,
that.
that's
Right.
that's what I was looking for because it seemed like she's picking people strategically, don't it? It don't seem like she's
Hmm.
trying to, because if you were just going to do like the first two rows or whatever, you would make sure that everybody on the row had a plate if you just want to pass some pizza out. But it's
Right.
like she's going around the room picking certain people out. So, but allegedly, and that's just the conspiracy theory, the way that I see it. That's all, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, we're not going to get into the conspiracy theory of it all. I just wanted to let you guys know that that did pop up on my timeline. And the Epstein Files definitely just released a lot of stuff that I guess unleashed this or made this Pizzagate story reemerge, and now I'm finally hearing about it. And so
It tainted the algorithm to switch around,
it
do a
tainted the
switcheroo on you,
algorithm. It did the switcheroo, and now I'm like, oh my God,
reverse
what
Uno.
is going on?
The algorithm when you reverse Uno.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all let us know if y'all ever heard of Pizzagate, if y'all think it's real. What are your opinions about it? But so we don't get
And
too
and what are your thoughts about this video? You know.
right, right. The pizza. Um, who knows? Maybe we'll get a little bit deeper into the stuff a little bit later on. But this is YouTube, so we may have to change platforms to start talking about that type of stuff. But let's
Right.
get into the fact that Nikki is flaunting her man in the White House. She said, "Look, y'all talking about me shucking and driving, but I'm getting what I need to get out of this, out of what I got to do." So
So the
yeah,
coon is paying off.
she said the cooning is paying off. So y'all remember this was Nikki a couple of nights ago. Y'all remember they holding hands. He licking his lips, salivating with it. Yeah. He was back there licking his lips. Look at him. Look. Oh. Oh.
Looking all giddy,
Uh,
growling and going on.
look. All
And
right.
it's
And
funny. It's
then,
funny to see him smile and be giddy because you never get to see that relaxed face of his, but his face is very relaxed while she's there. He don't be
uh-huh.
that relaxed when his wife is there. He be stone faced when he's standing next to his wife, but when I
Yeah,
guess he can let his hair down with his friends. So
yeah. I mean, she know how to twerk, so he ain't got to be all serious around her.
Oh,
He
okay,
like that.
gotcha.
He like that about her.
Rules and regulations.
And a few moments later, guess what? She said, "Yep, you see it. Yep, yep. We here in the White House." So she done got her man free. Cause I think they said he was doing time for violating his parole or something, or probation or something like that. So
Oh,
she
so now he
basically
out and he free now.
and you see the post finalizing that citizenship paperwork as we speak, as per my wonderful, gracious, charming president. Thanks for the petition. I would have not done it without you. Oh, citizen Nika. Okay, come on. Oh, citizen Nika. You are the moment. Go Trump card. Feel free. Uh, go Trump card free of charge. All right, so y'all see Nikki, she's stunting on the people. She say, you know what? Yeah, I was shucking and jiving, but I got my man.
People say she got to load that Trump card up though. I'm just saying.
A million a wop. She got a
Allegedly,
citizenship.
allegedly.
Okay, yeah, we gotta definitely y'all know what it is. Y'all know.
Allegedly.
All right, but yeah, so she said she did what she had to do, and y'all will do the same thing for y'all men. If y'all needed to get y'all man free, and if y'all needed to become a citizenship, y'all would have did what Onika did. So
Hmm.
stop treating her, like she a traitor. She looking out for herself.
Mm, child.
All right, enough of the Grammys and Nicki Minaj. Let's get into welcome to Black History Month, guys. So, for Black History Month, we just want to highlight some of the things that white people do. That they highlight all the bad things that black people do all year long. With this month, we're gonna talk about with the white people. Well, we gotta watch out when it comes to the white people. And we are not racist on this show, y'all. We love white people. We love Mexicans. We love Hispanics, Chinese, Ching Chang Chong. We love them all. All right. Y'all may say that's racist too, but who cares?
This is our Black History moment.
Yeah. horrible. Look,
I do have to say this the very first time I've ever celebrated Black History in this form, but it's okay, first time for everything.
that's right. It's 2026. We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of things we ain't never did before. All right, but let's look at these Christian white leaders and their horrific crimes, y'all. Now, just again, trigger warning, and remember that we're all broadcasting this with love. We do love the white people. We love the whites, and we support y'all in y'all efforts to go out there and uh
Fight for everybody'
ex-
rights.
exactly. That's right. That's right.
Now turn it up because we can't hear it.
Say that five
Oh,
times
let
fast.
me let me start over. I keep pausing. I mean muting
A
it.
Missouri jury has found Baptist church youth leader Timothy Brown guilty of a 12-year-old girl who attended his church. Texas Christian school teacher, say that five times fast, and church child care worker Patrick Farmer has been indicted for child crimes. Michigan Baptist pastor Harold Cole has been arrested for the of a child under the age 13. North Carolina Baptist church leader and Christian school coach Mickey McMahon has been arrested on dozens of child charges. West Virginia church youth pastor John Radcliffe and his wife Kathy have both been arrested on charges of children. Michigan Evangelical Church worship leader and Christian recording artist Zachary Radcliffe, you're telling me that's not J.D. Vance, has been arrested for
That's
child
funny.
crimes. Tennessee church member James Fairchild has been found guilty of taking a 6-year-old little girl into the bathroom of his church and her.
Not a
Texas
6-year-old
Evangelical Megachurch youth
girl.
pastor Charles Goff has been arrested for possessing videos of little girls being. Mississippi Baptist Church worship leader Tyler Selby has filed his intent to plead guilty to federal child crime charges. He produced a video that showed him a child in a bathtub. I'm honestly starting to wonder if maybe there's something all these people have in common. Surely not.
Well,
Whoo, child. The
that's
church
a
ain't,
whole.
the Southern church ain't churching no more, are they?
Well, it kind of makes you realize, oh, this is the reason why they are okay with Trump, even though the Epstein files show that there was clearly
Mm-hmm.
some affiliation. This is the reason why the white Christian evangelists, Christian nationalists, and all these people who are claiming to be so godly
Mm-hmm.
are supporting Trump and his entire administration because secretly they live very vile, satanic, demonic, disgusting lives.
Alternative lifestyles.
Absolutely. So, it's almost like, you know what? I don't even want to follow what anyone tells me anymore. I'm just going to do what the word of the Lord says to do, and I'm not going to follow people's lead because how do you really? I mean,
But, you know, all these states, what they have in common, they're all Southern states.
Republican,
Republican, yeah, they all look like MAGA.
they
And
all are MAGA.
yeah, and allegedly. And, it's the church for me. I can understand people, doing heinous crimes and, you know, getting
But doing it
arrested,
under,
doing unorthodox things. I know that's that's in the world. I'm not, you
yeah,
know,
right, right, right.
I'm not oblivious of that. Okay. However, we're talking about the head of the flock, people that's influencing other people that's supposed to have leadership over other people that other people look up to, because when you put that robe on and you put that title on, it's a whole nother power structure for that person that's wearing, got the robe on. So if you say preacher, pastor, minister, reverend, anything of that sort, people are gonna automatically give you respect and give you a little, and just kind of look
That's
at you a
right.
little different than they would look at their average person. So
Yeah,
you
for
should
sure.
strive high. You should strive to be better, and people expect the highest of the high out of you. Not saying that you're not going to fall and make mistakes, but not those type of mistakes. Come on now with it. Come on, that's a bunch
Yeah,
of
and if there's
BS.
Yeah, yeah. And you know that's on your heart long before you actually get caught doing this type of stuff. So
Right.
if that's the type of life that you decide to do, go ahead and give the roll up
Yeah.
and don't disgrace the church.
Right. And let somebody that really want to lead the church and be a real leader and a real preacher, preach at that church. You just a stumbling block at this point. A creepy stumbling block at that.
And the fact that there's so many of them, you know, I think the white church, the white Christian nationalist church needs to do some reevaluating, needs to do some auditing, needs to do some
Vetting.
vetting. Yeah,
Yes.
it's some background checks.
Figure out
Like,
who they're gonna have lead them. And it is not just in my opinion. I know this is our Black History Moment, but it's in a lot of churches, not just white churches. It's in all churches. And these churches need to
yeah, but
cleanse
this month we just
themselves.
highlight.
I know, but now you don't took me down a rabbit hole.
But you right. It is
Yeah,
definitely something
yeah.
that is
Hey,
horrible.
this is a no discrimination crime.
Okay, definitely, definitely, because we remember the bling bling bishop. Now he wasn't
That
doing
boy,
those, he wasn't doing the children and stuff like that. But the
right?
scamming and
Yeah,
scheming and all that.
and sin is sin, and right, and wrong is wrong, and to defile people in any kind of way.
But I do think that the kids and the boys and stuff like I think that is more prevalent in these white Christian, these type of
Environments.
unfortunately, but I do, now we know scamming is alive and well in the black church,
Hmm.
but like these type of crimes, I think that, you know,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but in my opinion, a scandal is a scandal.
that's
And
true.
sin is sin, and hell, all of it is wrong. Get out the church if that's what you want to do. That's my point about it.
That's true.
Stop leading
That's
people
true.
down the wrong damn road. Hell,
That is true.
you got people in there that's really broken, that's really seeking God and really
Giving
seeking,
a last,
yeah,
hoping
giving
that,
all their coins, and they really serious about this.
yeah,
And in some cases it's all someone, some people have, because they don't had such a rough time in life, so they look to church to console them and to
lift them up.
lift them up and make and empower them and make them feel better about themselves. And then you got this kind of crap that's running it. So
And they stepping all over the people.
there you
you
go.
know.
I'm gonna get off my soapbox and let you finish, child. But
No, because after this, we're just gonna talk about Trump's endorsements. So,
okay.
um,
But yeah, that just kind of it just kind of ruffle my feathers a little bit when I hear about the church doing stuff like this, because I do have that church background, so it's
well,
kind of
y'all let
personal
us
for me.
know. I know, yeah, you do. You were married to the church, child.
Yeah,
So,
child. So it kind of ruffles. I'm a little salty about it.
and it does give the church a bad name, just like ICE does the police department. But I think another thing that's starting to happen today, I mean, we are starting to see that there's a lot of more Christian people who are probably the worst and the most evil people in our society.
Yeah, and
Um,
hide behind the church. Hide
and they
behind
hide behind the church.
the Lord. Hide behind the Lord, child, and that's a sin within a sin.
And I think everybody is starting to see it right now. Like in we're all in our it's time to wake up era. And
Yeah,
I think the same thing is true for Donald Trump and his endorsements. I think he's just widely unpopular. No one, he's probably the most unpopular out of any American president in history.
yeah,
So yeah, he likes to break records. He's probably the worst, uh, probably the most unliked president in American history. So
well, that is a record, though.
right, right.
A new
And
record. So
and with that, it just lets you
hey,
know,
and it's gonna go down in history.
there is a problem and yes, it is gonna go down in history. He's gonna get the
Permanently.
history. He gonna get
Yeah.
the history. He gonna get in the history books what he deserves.
And let's not and the legacy, oh my God. That's just out the door. Because presidents, they revere that. And
Right. He's
especially if they're
trying.
president twice, they spend their second term trying to shape that legacy so that it'll go well in the history book, so that children can learn a lesson from them. And the kids are going to learn a lesson from this also in the future, if they have books. They're trying to get rid of the books, slowly but surely. The way of life that we used to have, slowly but surely dissipating. So I don't know if the kids are gonna have a history lesson or not, but just in case they do, okay, this is gonna be a great lesson on how not to go down the road of dictatorship and fascism and all the
Well,
other things that he's doing.
I mean, if you read the Holocaust and what happened to get them to that point, then you will see that there's a lot of glaring similarities to the tactics that were used back then, and what's being used right now. So but a lot
Yeah,
of people are willing to be sheep and try to stay as far away from actually knowing what's actually going on, so that they don't feel complicit as they possibly can.
yeah. So they can say in the future it wasn't me.
Right, right. But in this day and age of technology, you can't go with, we didn't know anything about it, we didn't see it, you know, we don't use computers, we don't watch TV, that's not gonna work. All right, so let's talk about, does the Trump endorsement hold any weight in today's uh society? Or
Texas, a Democrat won in a special election in an area that you had won by 17 points. What is your reaction to
I
that?
don't know. I didn't hear about it. Somebody ran where?
In Texas, a special election for legislative
The
seat.
ninth state Senate seat.
I'm not involved in that. That's a local Texas race. Again, no, I don't know anything about it.
so he was ready to deny that he even knew about the Texas race
Hmm.
after posting on True Social. As you guys can see, today is the day to all voters in Texas' 9th State Senate District. Get out and vote for a phenomenal candidate, Leah, whatever her name is. She is highly successful entrepreneur and an incredible supporter of our movement to make America great again. My very good friend, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, needs a strong conservative Republican in School District 9, I think. Is that
Southern
it's
District,
Southern
Southern
District?
District
Okay.
9.
Southern District 9 to keep Texas red. The radical left Democrats are spending a fortune to beat a true MAGA warrior. You can't win this election for Leah, who has my complete and total endorsement. Polls close at 7 p.m. Get out and vote for Leah. Wham, gas, whatever. Whab gas. But y'all see. And as soon as she lost, he didn't know who the hell she was.
Yeah, he
So
hadn't heard about it, he said.
yeah, who is that? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah,
know there
he
was an election.
when he probably stewed all weekend about it. Because he was plus 17 in Texas and now he's negative 17. And this Democrat ran, she won in the state Senate. And guess how long it's been since a Democrat has won in that district?
Probably over 20 years.
Make it 31.
Wow.
So to answer your question, is Trump still effective in the political world? Based on this right here, I would say a no. Based on the last special elections that we've had for the last 6 months, Democrats have been winning it everywhere in places that they have no business winning.
Yeah, it's so funny because MAGA would definitely tell you, oh, yeah, we're owning the libs, we're
Yeah.
winning,
Yeah, we're winning.
we're
Everybody not on
winning.
board with this mess, though. Everybody, because see one thing about all of it, You can keep your ideology if you want to. You can keep that opinion. You can keep your support. But one thing you're not gonna be able to keep with this dude in office is your money. Okay,
That's
everybody
true.
coins is leaving. So what happens when the money go?
They start saying, "Oh no, our money can't go.
You
We
start
gotta."
having change of hearts. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll have a change of heart when it hit your bank account, and that's basically what it's gonna have to take in order for him for everybody to really wake up and smell the coffee. That's what it's gonna take, and look like that's what's happening. Ask those farmers how much money they have going on. Ask
yeah,
some of these corporations. Amazon just laid off 300,000 people.
yep.
Ask all these companies that's losing it. You got small businesses closing up. You have big time corporations laying people off left and right. And the layoffs didn't just start. People started getting laid off last year, and the bleeding hasn't stopped. Normally, when a president is in his first and second year in office, you gain jobs. This president has lost jobs. Millions and millions of people are losing their jobs because of this president and his policies. But I'll go back on mute.
And they're like, you know what? We can stay. I mean, we can stay Republican, but we're not MAGA. I think even the Republicans are saying, there's a difference between MAGA and between Republican. I think they're trying to make a difference between the two. Um, but we will keep reporting as all of the chaos keeps piling up. But we're as a detour because we got to get back into the ice. But we're gonna wait till we get a little bit later into the show towards the end. Let's look at a few moments again. Trigger warning, guys. This is going to be a FAFO moment where there was a group of Caucasian family, a white family, tried to jump a black guy, and let's just say they instantly regretted it. So this is going to show violence. So I want you guys to, uh, you know, make sure that you're old enough to watch. Parental guidance. Y'all know what I'm saying. Oh, so you saw the white man try to swing at the black man, and now they in the tussle.
Child.
Oh, I knew that was good. You see that? So you see, they all started to try to jump him.
Right. Of course they are,
So,
because he was getting beat up.
so because of this, I have absolutely no remorse for what happened after this. But they think they got the best of that man, and Lord Jesus, they just don't know what they in for.
Help is on the way, baby.
Is this swimming? Do you see? He is
Yeah, he swam over.
swimming.
Yeah, buddy
He
swam
is
over
not
to help.
playing. That if I had to swim over there, somebody getting wrecked.
That part.
Somebody getting wrecked.
Hell, if I had to swim over there, I'd be tired by the time I got there. I wouldn't even be able to help out the fight. But
Right.
what he do?
Look at all of these. Look at all of these. Look at all of these.
Retreat, baby, retreat.
They are retreating.
We got action, baby. He finna do that.
He's finna do his name.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
About that boat, baby. They ready to move out. They ready to move out.
You ready to run?
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, you know these gonna be MAGA after this. They definitely gonna be. They don't have a choice but to be MAGA. You see this man tried to grab this person by the neck. These people.
Throw him in the water.
This was instant justice. These, see, it's racist white people out there, y'all, and these racist white people just gotta learn that this is not 1930, this not 1940, this not even 1980. You can't go out here trying to keep your hate in your head. I know y'all like to hate on the black people because y'all
Right.
racist,
Right.
but y'all gotta do like y'all been doing and keep that shit to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not gonna work out for you.
Cause y'all were wrong.
And they still trying to fight.
You some.
Look. Boop, bop, beep, bop, boop, bop, boop. Another one in the water.
Yeah.
Miss Clark said the ultimate black moment. Now it's a 5 alarm fire since all these black people participating.
You say what?
It's a 5 alarm fire now since all these black people participating.
Oh yeah. If it was just them white people and they had did that to that black man, it wouldn't have been no issues. They would have been going on with business as normal.
Yeah.
You gotta call the police and go file a report and all that other stuff. He would have had to do all the work. But now that we got some action,
Right.
and they see it ain't going down the way they thought it was gonna go down.
It's biggest dyker say FAFO moment.
Pretty much. This is what happens.
Right.
Y'all know y'all gotta leave us alone.
Right, because we be minding our black
We
business.
be minding our black ass business. Look. You see this? Bop, boop, bop.
Why do women get into it? So that black girl beat the woman up. Let me take care of her.
Woo! Baby.
So he got a tail.
Oh my God! He going to jail.
Yeah, he going to jail.
They just get him a penalty.
Yeah, he should have got that chair. That's too much. You should have just fought with your fist like they doing.
Oh!
Get out. You should have just get out.
The police said, look, don't even come over here. Push that ass. So,
yeah, he shouldn't have got that chair. He should have thugged it out like the rest of them, put up his dukes, and just go. And Miss Clark said that was the ultimate Black History moment.
The ultimate Black History
yeah,
moment.
Miss Clark, this is our Black History time.
You mess around. FAFO is a black people saying. I don't even know why. It's so crazy that these white supremacists would even use that for the Department of War as a saying, and that came from black people.
Right.
But...
Well, they got to take everything we do.
So, yeah, I mean, we can...
I
think it's mostly over, though.
Turn the volume down for the music.
Two all went in the water.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, though.
Yeah, we've seen the video. Everybody's seen it, but it's great going back down memory lane.
Yes, definitely. And what is also funny Well, what this man considers to be funny is any person of color or any
Mhm.
woman actually deciding to claim to be Republican,
All
and
right.
he's going to explain why. So let's look at this, and we'll come back with some commentary.
It kind of cracks me up when I see a woman or a person of color call themselves a Republican. It makes me laugh because they don't even know. And it's like no one's told them. But if you're a woman or a person of color and you think you're Republican, why? How? Just curious, because the Republican Party, they don't like you. I mean, haven't you figured that out yet? Haven't you seen what the Republican Party's trying to do with women? They don't even want you to vote. And people of color, you think you're one of them? Oh my gosh. You're not. I hate to break it to you, but look around. Are any of you in any type of position of power? You haven't noticed? Yeah. So all you women and all you people of color are calling yourself Republicans? Man, you just look silly because they don't even like you. Not a little.
Goddamn, they don't like us at all. Not even a little. Damn.
Not even the Republican women? I'm surprised about that.
They're good for being a home worker. Get cooking the food, cleaning the house, taking the kids to school. Those are the
Mm.
things that they're good for.
Some handmade activities.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And so, it's funny when I hear black people, but I wanted black people to hear a white person just tell them to their face, like, the Republican Party's not for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
All right. They for white men only. And
stop
now
it.
it look like preferably rich white men. I don't know. They might throw MAGA out in a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you ain't got enough coins, you might can't enter into this club because look like that's what it's turning into.
Yeah. They
Only the
said you
rich.
got to get.
Yeah, you got to be rich and powerful in order to join the club. Look like to me.
Well, while this white man did give a great message to the the black Republicans and or the Republicans that are colored, the people of color that are Republicans, and the white women, this white man is going to give even more powerful message that may come with some people being offended. So trigger warning. This is gonna have some very strong language in it. If you don't want to see that, I would suggest you go ahead and swipe off right now. But what he said was important, and I thought it was important for us to play it. So let me go ahead and play this, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you it like this. I'm going to explain to you exactly why every white person in this country who voted for Trump is a racist piece of shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. How do you wink at a nigger? How do you wink at a nigger?
Oh my God, please stop.
All right, motherfuckers. I learned that from a 10-year-old son of a police detective in my hometown growing up. His father, a police detective, his best friend, another fucking police detective. All right. My entire existence growing up. Yeah, walk away. Walk away. Do it. Walk away. We're coming. Everyone's in the streets. All right. I never heard either one of these detectives say anything other than the N-word when they were talking about black people. Not once. Not once ever. Now, if you think that's a vile joke that I just told you, I already told you guys in meetings in the past, I got 50 fucking more. I learned them all by the time I was 10. Guys, yo, fuck ICE. If you don't wake the fuck up to what is happening right now, You don't deserve this country. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Fuck ICE and fuck CPB. You guys better pay attention to what the fuck is happening. I don't know what's wrong with all you privileged assholes who sit on your ass and don't get out in the streets and protest this shit.
Thank you very much, Councilor.
It's over. It's over. You better get in the fucking streets.
I do understand that you're trying to make a point, but even in trying to make a point, I do think it is a grossly offensive word to be mentioned in any context.
And
so no,
faces that this is what's happening.
No, but I'm I'm not a white person, and it's being put in my face, and I find it offensive. So I'll personalize it for you. That even though I understand that you're trying to make a statement, I actually don't understand it, but it appears as though you're trying to make a statement. And in addition to that, I share some of those feelings about what is going on in the greater world. I do say that as a white man, you should not be saying the N-word in any context. And I take great offense to it. And I think that you owe us an apology.
Girl, be quiet.
I will certainly apologize. I mean no offense to anyone other than white Christians who voted for Trump.
All right, now what I'm going to say is that I totally 100% support that white man using the N-word, especially in the context in which he used it, where he was telling everybody how people really are in their own homes. Why she would be offended as this man is trying to be very open and honest and tell you guys the exact reason why if a white person in America voted for Trump, they are a racist. Instead of listening to the message, she decided to choose to get offended. And it was very unfortunate that she used that moment to have someone who supported her, you know, to try to belittle and embarrass him. I really did hate that for how that ended, but what do you think?
I totally disagree. She was totally wrong. And if she was offended, she could have told him in private. But like you said, don't mess up his message. Don't smear his message. Because now you may become the message. Instead of people listening to what he had to say, like you said, they may be listening to her object to him saying the word. And all he was doing was telling a story. Trying to give you the raw narrative of what's really going on
behind closed doors. You're not gonna have privilege to, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to put you up on game, dog. Really trying to put you up on game, and then here you go. I'm offended. Well, how many times a day do you say the word? And I understand what she's saying, but come on. Why are you giving the word so much power anyway? Because really, if you look up the definition of it, and if the shoe don't fit, don't put it on. Don't wear it.
And also, I just kind of feel like, I would rather him tell us so we can get enlightenment prior to her having to be the example, because she was picked up by ICE and is in a detention center, because she is the person that ICE will be going after. And the people who are going to be picking her up are going to be saying the stuff that was coming out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what she's going to hear when she gets picked up. So,
and all he was trying to do was just trying to encourage people to get out and protest and march.
Right. Before we get to the point where you
can't, where it's not going to be permissible, because that's the road that we're going down. We're treading down that road where you're not going to be, your voice is going to be silent in a minute. If people don't stand up to what's going on.
And let's go ahead. I see there's a lot of people in the comment section. So what's good, BD Dimity? Or what I think that's what they say. Winston Sayer was good. David Neely, thank you for being in the building. Biggest
what's the name?
Biggest Dickus.
I said the name a while ago. I was like, big us, dick us. Okay.
Oh my God. Mike Carson, that's just like a person that immigrated under the law say they care all for ICE, and then the Trump police on immigration because they are next under his policy. Well, yeah, who knows? Maybe, people try to be nice so in hopes that they don't, be a victim. But let's talk about ICE. Let's get into the ICE of it all, guys, because there was a video that was recently surfacing and it's so funny because it's an immigrant saying this. Like, clearly that English is their second language.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the video, then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I will tell you this, brother.
What?
I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice.
If I raise my voice, you'll erase my.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? You said if I raise my voice, you'll erase my voice?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not even funny because, this is an actual ICE agent that the tax-paying population is actually paying his salary for him to threaten American citizens, and he's an immigrant. He's an immigrant, and he's using his position as an ICE agent to talk crazy to American citizens. And you know what? MAG is like, yes, we love it. The whole administration is full of immigrants, actually. So it's like everybody came here from outside of America, and now they're running America, telling us how we need to make sure we conduct ourselves and follow everything that they tell us to do. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they in charge. They in charge now.
The immigrants
in charge now.
And speaking of immigrants running the damn country, and also obviously running amok in ICE, because this man, he clearly would be one of the people ICE would be picking up if it was. And you know what? He better be careful when he off duty, because ain't no telling, he may be a victim when he get off duty. So.
Yeah, not that we're advocating for violence or anything, but
No, an ICE agent may pick him up and deport his ass.
Right. And they picked a cop up. They actually picked a cop up the other day.
Yeah.
On the police force, and I should have brought that clip, but yeah, they actually picked up a cop. And how you gonna tell the American public if you raise your voice, I erase your voice?
Right.
What kind of threat is that coming from law enforcement, quote unquote? What kind of training do you receive to talk to the American public like that that's paying your salary? Because keep in mind, we are paying their salary. Okay, let's not forget that. I can't stress this enough. We're paying ICE to terrorize us in our own communities.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. And DeVar says that he would have been okay with the guy saying black folks. Yeah, but it doesn't really tell the true story, though. That's whitewashing reality. You know what I'm saying? When you need to know exactly what the real is, we need to accept what the real is. We can't live in a reality where we only hear things that make us feel good.
He works on he's on a city council, right, in Florida, in a district in Florida, and so I'm pretty sure he rehearsed what he was going to say, Javar. He knew he said it intentionally, and he knew exactly what it was that he was going to say. And he knew that it was going to be offensive. Right. But like Minion said, though, he's just trying to give you the real. Why sugarcoat something when then that makes the story, not credible.
And I think the jarring nature of what he said, the fact that so many people were so shocked, I think that is the real reason why what he said was so powerful, because that is how people talk. That is how a lot of these people talk behind closed doors. And if you ever heard them...
Law enforcement, though. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Law enforcement.
Their mouth is probably the worst out of even the regular, everyday racists. they probably got the worst mouths.
But then, if we discuss these things, we're doing, black derangement. We're over reacting,
Black
and
fatigue and
yeah, black
yeah.
fatigue and Antifa propaganda and whatever that MAGA want to spew out. But this is really the reality of how every black American has been living their whole entire life here in this good old United States of America.
Just imagine the names that our administration is calling black
Us.
people,
Yes.
Hispanic people.
Yes.
They call the white people that have been murdered in front of our faces domestic terrorists.
Right.
They use all these words to try to describe us because they can't use the real words that they want to use. Trust me, the words
Not
that
in
they're
public.
using
Not in public.
on camera are the sanitized versions of what they be saying in private.
And I really would love to know, maybe we should do a show about this one day. What really is the problem? What problem do they really do have with black people? What is it that we did so bad to make white America hate us so bad? What is it that we've done other than help?
I don't
Help build
know.
the nation.
I don't know. And let's be very clear. We understand that most of the white people are not like this. But the problem comes when the people who are running the country are perpetuating this type of hate and division, and then using like our own law enforcement to go against us. So we have to just talk about it. It may be an uncomfortable conversation that y'all don't want to have, but we have to talk about it. Now black people, because these ICE agents are now going into black neighborhoods and trying to terrorize the black communities, because that was always the end goal, of course. Now there are black activists that are coming together to protect their communities. So let's look at
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
Your business owners, your fathers, your sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK came with these flyers.
First African-American community above the Mason-Dixon line of staff.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson Durance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, if they do it again, we haven't broken any law, so we're just going to allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
I'll answer that by saying,
the messed up part about that is that they always want the black people to tone it down and not to be aggressive and to respond nicely, and maybe in hopes that it'll tone the temperature. No.
Yeah, stop coming in their neighborhood.
Right.
Stop allowing them to go in there. What they're going in the black neighborhood for anyway?
Exactly. We have people like this saying brainwash puppets, Black History Month, and we're talking about politics. Well, politics is what's affecting the blacks in
Well, hold on one
current.
second. And politics is black history. Okay, so get your facts straight.
We should be talking about greatest achievements. Yeah, our greatest achievement is going to be not allowing what happened in 1930, 1940, 1950 to happen again.
And 60.
And the 60s. Yeah, that's going to be our greatest achievement, because I'd be damned if I'm going back to that era And so
That part.
it's time to, like I said, we have to talk about these uncomfortable conversations. If you don't want to talk about it, there are a million channels on YouTube. But the truth of the matter is that it's going to happen, and it looks like it's happening at a rapid pace. So either you're going to get with the program and understand what time we're in, or
sit back and do nothing and let whatever happen happen.
And I've never felt safer as a black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale, which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, "Our emphasis on de-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved." But residents here say they can't afford to wait. Every day, the Safety and Watch group escorts children to school and patrols the streets.
Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds, so we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family for what we're doing out here.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate. You know, we don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community,
stand up,
is not backing down.
Well, what do we think about the black community standing up for each other and saying, you want to know what? There won't be any white supremacists coming in here thinking that they about to say any messaging. Forget what you got. They didn't break any laws. No, they can't even come here.
That part. And what they coming for. And they asked for help, but they didn't get help. So what do you want the community to do? What are they supposed to do if the police don't want to help them? Saying wait for them to come and break a law.
And just tell them they're not doing anything.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, protect your community, because that's what the Second Amendment is about. And if the police don't want to help police, then you have to do what you have to do. Not that I'm advocating for unauthorized use of anything, whether it's policing, gun rights or what have you, but you have to do what you have to do to protect your community, because if the real police is not going to protect it, then the community have to do it. They have pseudo police departments that's called community policing in several different cities. And so maybe this is one that the police department is going to have to come together with, and maybe they can come up with some policies, some procedures, and give them permission to do what they're doing, because it looks like it's going to happen anyway, whether the police is on board with it or not. So the best thing for the cops to do, since they don't have time or don't want to secure and make the neighborhood safe, the best thing for them to do is come to the table and try to come together with a viable solution for both ends. What do you think?
I think they definitely should try to partner with the community residents and try to come up with a solution where, like you said, they can go ahead and police their own and have the authority to do so.
Yeah, without it interfering with police work.
Right.
And that way they get some rules, regulations, training, and they'll know what they can do and what they can't do to make it safe for everyone, even more safe. But one thing I think it's gonna do, it's gonna deter the KKK and the white supremacists from marching back over there in Lincoln Heights. I guarantee you.
Goddamn right.
I guarantee you they're not coming back to Lincoln Heights. They'll find another location to go to, but that won't be the location. I guarantee you that.
Right. Like these KKK people, they try to make themselves seem like they very tough, because a lot of them are, the people that are in these government positions and stuff like that. That's the reason why they have to hide their face, because
right, they
can't expose who they really are. But they think that makes them powerful. So but they not really about their life though.
Well, just like the video that we just saw a while ago, they're only powerful in numbers. And really that's with anybody. Weapons. But that's with anybody. The power is in the numbers. So,
So that's the
They
reason why
want to
they
get big.
counter with their numbers. They said,
That's why
okay,
they got
well,
their numbers. Yeah, power with numbers
and
in
just
all
like the
aspects.
incident earlier, the FAFO incident, you
Yeah,
know, they
that's what I
thought
was
they had
referring to.
numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then so when you know,
because at first the white guys were winning because they had numbers, right?
right,
And then here come the black people, and they outnumbered them.
right.
So, and I didn't even get to say anything about the fight of what of why the women got into that fight a while ago. I never understood why the white women jumped into the fight. I don't understand that. Why would you jump into a fight when men are fighting?
Right,
That's crazy.
right. That's why they deserved everything that they got. I don't have no remorse for none of them people that done got injured.
Hmm.
I
But
don't.
I would never jump into a fight that men are fighting in ever. For what?
Why even get on a fight where it looks like they were clearly on vacation? You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Right,
not even
right.
about to allow you to mess up my vacation. You know, even if I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm still not about to do it. It's just not worth it because
And I
there's
bet it was something stupid. The reason why they were fighting, I guarantee
right.
somebody stepped on somebody else's toe, and the apology wasn't good enough. And here we go.
But you know, it was definitely. I'm sure the white person had some racist energy. You know, and he was waiting probably for something to happen.
Yeah.
Saw them black people. He probably wanted to for somebody to say the wrong thing to him so he could just smack a, you know what I mean? Smack a N word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Well, FAFO, baby.
He...
That's all I got to say about that. FAFO.
And that's all I'm gonna say about it. We not promoting racism because we don't. I don't believe it's gonna be helpful. I don't think it's helpful for anyone on any side, black or white. I feel like if we come together, we could do more. Like I said, we ain't gotta be best friends. If y'all don't like being around black people, stay your ass in your own neighborhood. But
Well,
you know,
Leo lady giving us the narrative of what had happened.
the captain of the boat asked him to move the boat because it was parked illegally to white people. And they refused to move it. So the guy got off and moved the boat, just pushed it up out the way for the ferry.
Okay,
Oh,
so he
okay.
got mad because he moved his boat out the way.
Yeah, because black people not going for that. All that white entitlement that y'all want to, you know,
Exude.
baby. If we gotta follow the rules, you gotta follow the rules too. So sit your ass down, move this goddamn boat.
But I knew it was something stupid.
Yeah, because he want to be entitled and not move the damn boat. All right, so let's look at this little montage, guys, of Trump. I don't know who this was that we're looking at this video, but they're gonna give a synopsis of what Trump has been able to accomplish since he's been in office.
The president and his family have used the office of the presidency to pocket $1.4 billion plus since he was sworn in. New York Times analysis entitled Trump's Plundering of America indicates that some of that is a result of the president selling corruption here at home, but much of it relates to the president selling out U.S. interests overseas to make a killing for his family, including giving away sensitive U.S. semiconductor and AI technologies to the UAE, while the UAE pumped $2 billion into one of the Trump family ventures. And then there are all the other Trump deals that are intertwined with tariff or foreign policy matters. Golf courses in Saudi Arabia and Vietnam, Trump hotels and office buildings in other countries. And of course, there's the $400 million jet from Qatar. The list goes on and on. By any measure, this is the most corrupt administration in American history. We also see the president wielding U.S. power overseas in a way that advances the interests of his billionaire buddies at the expense of American interests. It was Ron Lauder, who has business ventures in Greenland, who reportedly first put the idea of grabbing Greenland into President Trump's mind. And in the case of Venezuela, President Trump has said he talked to oil executives about toppling Maduro and going into Venezuela before anyone in Congress knew. We know.
Look, that list was so damn long. I forgot even to listen to the whole damn list. But we know all the corrupt things that he did. I did hear him say that this is the most corrupt president in American history. Again, winning another record, world record. Come on, President Trump. Um, and he had, I mean, the $400 million jet. He got the $1.4 billion in crypto. I mean, it's just a lot of crazy stuff that this man has gotten in this presidency. So, but congratulations, because this is what the American people voted for. This is what MAGA say the American people voted for. A president to amass the most wealth out of any president while they were in office in American history. Again, another world record. Look at that.
Another world record. I guess the emolument clause means nothing.
Right.
All right. I think that was Senator Markey, and that was a Senate hearing that they were having about Trump and his finances and the emolument clause, and he was making the case that, that Trump was breaking the law by enriching himself while he's in office, because you're not supposed to do that while you're president. Really, you're supposed to transfer all your wealth, put it in some type of trust, or your kids, or you're supposed to do something with your wealth and not make any money and use the office of the presidency to make money. And Trump is doing all the opposite of what you're supposed to do while you're in office. But Mac is okay with that. Let Obama have made if Obama would have made
as our bank accounts deplete and his
right, and his increase. His increase, ours decrease.
The largest increase he's ever seen in life.
Yeah.
And the American people has ever seen in a president finances.
And nobody's outraged about that.
That's
that makes him smart. That makes him smart.
He's a businessman.
He's a smart businessman.
Why wouldn't he use free taxpayer dollars to, grow his wealth and his family's wealth? I mean, that's just smart. Right. So corruption and extortion and all types of blackmail tactics. I mean, that's just called
business in America, baby.
That's called capitalism. What do you mean? All right, so
pulling yourself up from the bootstraps.
That's exactly what that's called. All right.
Right.
Yeah. That's called self-made.
Self-made billionaire.
Yeah. Well, MTG, who has, recently not been a very big fan of Donald Trump. In fact, they've been feuding very publicly. Well, she has some very strong words. And see, now we're going back to that QAnon stuff. But, it's kind of like we used to think that this stuff was conspiracy theory. But I'm starting to think that a lot of the stuff that we think would never, ever happen or couldn't possibly be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're actually, in today's society in 2026, it doesn't seem so far-fetched.
Well, I'm not that impressed because of who it is, and she's part of the problem. But we'll go ahead and watch the video.
Well, look, I'm definitely not using her as, but I'm talking about like with the Epstein Files.
Okay. I'll listen to what she have to say, but
yeah.
Just keep in mind everything she's talking about that she don't like and all of that. She voted for all of it, so I'm gonna just
she was fine with it at one point.
Yeah, when she was on board.
And the reason why she can very clearly articulate all of the problems that are facing MAGA is because she knows them.
She was
quite
in the room.
Personally.
She was in the room with him when all of it was going down. So
right. She knows exactly what the agenda is.
Exactly. She knows the
afford
assignment.
life. That whole generation, they probably won't be able to buy a house. They can't afford health insurance. They can't afford car insurance. Most of their jobs are going to be replaced by AI. Like that's the stuff I care about. But after we won the election in 2024. A few months in, and MAGA started turning into MIGA. And it started turning into whatever country Donald Trump said it was about. And here we're sitting here today, and you and I are having a discussion. And the president put out on his Truth Social yesterday that he's got a giant fleet going over to Iran because of the protesters over there. Well, I'm sorry, we've got civil war practically breaking out in Minnesota. Can we not care about that? And care about the fraud and care about all these issues here in America? So, no, MAGA is, I think people are realizing it was all a lie. It was a big lie for the people. What MAGA is really serving is, in this administration, who they're serving is their big donors, the big donors that donated all the money and continue to donate to the president's PACs and donate to the 250th anniversary and are donating to the big ballroom. And if they're donating to all these things, those are the people that get the special favors, they get the government contracts, they get the pardons, or somebody they love or one of their friends gets a pardon. And it's a foreign country.
It's the fake outrage for me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna finish watching it with you. But you voted for everything that you said that the American people don't have. You voted against everybody's interest.
Absolutely.
You wanted to run for Senate, and you thought you was going to run for the presidency. Well, first of all, you were the biggest MAGA supporter. You was Trump's #1 supporter in 2016, all the way down to last year when you decided to leave office after you done hurt the American public. Hurt hurt everybody that was,
and knew there wasn't a chance of you getting back into that seat. So
no, you knew the numbers were down. Trump did not endorse you to be senator. He did not endorse you to run for governor, and I don't even think you brought the presidency up to him. And I really feel like she's trying to run for office again somewhere. So now she's trying to turn the table. After she done did all this harm to everybody, now it's time to turn the other cheek. Turn to the other cheek and try to do the right thing now and talk like you have some sense, because you wasn't talking like this 6 months ago before you decided to leave the race, and after Trump threatened you allegedly, according to you, because remember she said she was getting all type of threats and emails, calls, and letters, and her children were being threatened. So
I
now
can see that happening though with Trump supporters. They definitely will call and threaten. I definitely see that happening.
Well, but she was on board with it all when it was happening to other people though. She's the same person that ran that little. Remember when they had the Florida killings at the school and the young guy? What is his name? I can't think. It's Richard something. Remember, he was trying to run. He was running for Congress, and he went to the Capitol, and she ran him. She ran him away from the Capitol. He went up there to the Capitol to visit. Either he was in the airport. It was something going on with him where she was actually following him, and just tantalizing him. And she was part of. Whenever Trump went after somebody, or whenever MAGA went after somebody, she was the first one who spewed that stuff on social media. A lot of times she kicked it off. So I don't want to hear nothing. That's why I said I don't really believe she's giving true information about what goes on behind the scenes, but I'm not buying that she done turned it to the other cheek. She's just mad, and this is mad day, and so now she's spilling all the beans, in my opinion.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree with everything you just said. But would I say that she should stop? Hell no. Keep it going. Keep it coming, MTG. We still don't like you, but we may even fake and pretend like we like her just to get more information. That's how she is. If you pretend like you're accepted now, because all she wants to be is accepted somewhere. And so maybe if the Democrats act like they accept it, we can get a lot of information from her. But you want to know what? She may not have a lot of information, though, because they probably know her.
She do have information. No, she have it. Keep in mind, she's been in Congress for a long time. She went to Congress when Obama went to Congress. So she's been in Congress since like 2008 or 10 or something of that nature. Remember, she was the one that told Obama that he lied when he was doing a speech. So she's been causing havoc and chaos for a long ass time. And that dude name was David Hogg. I think somebody put it in the chat, but his name was David Hogg, the one that she was tantalizing.
Okay.
And he was just trying to stand. He remember when they was trying to do the gun rights, and he really was just trying to, stand up for Florida. She the one who was targeting him. So now that they put the shoe on the other foot, I don't feel sorry for her at all. But I will take her information that she's giving out for free.
That's it.
Are running the show here. It's the major big corporations and what is best for the world. That's really what MAGA is. That's the results. That's what we're seeing after one full year of MAGA. We are seeing war on behalf of Israel. We are seeing the people in Gaza, innocent people in Gaza, hundreds of thousands of them completely murdered so that they can build some new real estate development and money can pour in and everybody can get rich there in the new Gaza. And we're seeing a whole plan play out, which is really a new world order. It's a new way of doing business. And that's the, it's kind of like the Scooby-Doo meme where, they pull the mask off the bad guy. Well, the mask is being pulled off and Make America Great Again isn't really about America or the American people. It's not about the American people.
Do you believe that? Do you believe it's not about the American people?
Yeah, I believe that. It's about Project 2025 is basically what it is. And about
remember last time he got a no, he read it out loud.
Yeah.
He learned his lesson. Look, he read it to himself now. Oh, he has to tear it up.
They have to tell him how to act.
It's so weird seeing him surrounded by all these
people of faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that. Would you like me to sign this? That's right. I love it. Thank you. So good.
Look at him. He don't know how to hold anything religious.
Yeah.
It's awkward for him to hold religious stuff. He got it like it's a school book.
Right.
And then look at him like, I'm Damien Omian.
He's so embarrassing. But another thing that we wanted to kind of discuss that I noticed, Elon Musk has been talking about like the white population, is going to be extinct if they don't, start having babies at a larger rate and things like that. So I just want to kind of look at this so we kind of can see something. Maybe there's something to what they were talking about.
A major demographic shift is underway in our country. A new study from the Zucker School of Medicine finds that for the first time, minority births now make up the majority nationwide. Researchers analyzed more than 33 million births over the past 8 years.
White births in the U.S. have fallen below 50% for the first time ever. That's among the findings in a new study published today by professors from the Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra Northwell. One of those researchers, Dr. Amos Grunebaum, calls it a historic milestone.
Minority women were now the majority.
The majority of births in the United States for the first time.
This study analyzed CDC data on 33 million births in the U.S., tracking trends by the mother's race and ethnicity. It revealed white births at 49.6%, while other groups taken together, including Hispanic, Black, and Asian, made up 50.4% of all births. The analysis also offered an explanation for the shifting demographics.
Among Hispanic women, they have children usually at an earlier age, and they have more children than white women have. White women usually delay childbirth. It's a known fact, and they have less children.
Coupled with well-documented disparities when it comes to maternal health for minority women and children, Dr. Grunebaum says these findings aren't just statistics. He says current efforts to restrict immigration and cut Medicaid hurt the very women keeping American births alive and growing the country.
Damn.
Oh, so that's the reason why they cut Medicaid. They don't want no more brown children coming up in the earth.
You see the agenda now.
Okay.
Exactly.
Part of Project 2025.
Yes. They got to get all the immigrants, all the colored people, all the people of color out.
But why stop abortion, though?
Because white women are having their abortions at a higher rate.
Well, I don't think not having no Medicaid is gonna stop anybody from having a baby. So I'm gonna just throw that out there. It's just like some women got the conception that if they have a baby by a man, he's gonna stay with them. It's the oldest trick in the book, and it's never worked. So I don't think that's gonna work either.
Or maybe we got it wrong. Y'all let us know. Is there something that we are missing? Why do y'all think that immigration is such a big deal right now? Is it really that the immigrants are eating up the dogs and cats, and is it really that we're just overtaken by immigrant people who like children and assaulting women and like what is the real reason?
It's the overpopulation that they don't like.
I think because it's looking a lot like that. Especially since they're not grabbing actual criminals. They're just grabbing construction workers, nurses, and people in daycare. Just like
right. Anywhere. I wish you could have seen our Home Depot parking lot. It's been so desolate since all of this stuff has happened. You couldn't even find a parking spot when you go to Home Depot to pick something up. Now you can park right at the front door.
It's crazy. But that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. They want it to look completely white with no color. Not even black and white. Just white. But the immigrants, we add color. Well, I'm not an immigrant, but the people of color, we bring color to the United States.
Right. And
culture.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that white women are waiting late to have kids and some are opting not to have children? That's not the immigrants' fault. That's not the people of color fault that white women don't want to have babies.
Right.
Okay.
And y'all doing what y'all doing, making it seem like we're gonna be under y'all rule, the white man rule. They're gonna make white people want to have more babies.
Well, that's why that guy said MAGA don't like women and MAGA don't like people of color.
Right. That's right.
But it's not whatever they try to do. I just don't think it's gonna work. American is just way too spoiled, set in our ways, and we like things the way we like things. And trying to make a big change like they're trying to take us back to the Handmaid's Tale, that's not gonna work for Americans. You see how many people are resisting against it.
Well, we'll see because MAGA, leave it to them. They owning the libs, they taking over, they making America great again. So we gonna see how this all plays out. But it is very interesting that this is all happening in the wake of the white population or becoming a minority.
Read that comment that's on the screen from Leo Lady. Shout out to Leo Lady.
what she say? So JD Vance is going to have a mixed race child. What they gonna do about his wife and children? Child, I have
No,
no idea.
I guess it's okay if you the vice president.
Yeah, he'll get
And
them
what's funny is the president is married to an immigrant. JD Vance is married to
married
an
to an
immigrant.
immigrant.
Stephen Miller is married to an immigrant. Everybody got immigrants up in the White House.
And family of a descendant of immigrants.
Right. But they
So
reign in terror on other immigrants. Make that make sense.
Trump's wife is an immigrant.
Children, grandchildren, everybody.
Yeah.
Son-in-law.
The whole administration is full of immigrants, but yet they
But they reign in terror, but they coming down on immigrants. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Okay, child.
Well, let's look at this. We're gonna go back into the conspiracy theory realm. But this ain't a conspiracy theory. Obviously, it was aired on Oprah, but what the woman is talking about, she is saying that this is her actual real life experience. This was deleted, but you know how the internet works. Once you air it, it's there forever, and so it was resurfaced. It resurfaced on Twitter, and so here is the video, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree. It's gone back to like 1700.
Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family. There would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in their family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
Power. And so, were you ever used? Were you ever used yourself?
I was molested. I was raped several times.
And what's your mother doing?
She's lives in the Chicago metropolitan area. She's on the Human Relations Commission of the town that she lives in, and she's an upstanding citizen. Nobody would suspect
Did
her.
she say Chicago metropolitan area? Member on the what'd she say?
City Council.
City Council.
Yes, sir. She said she's an outstanding citizen.
So that is what again, like I said, scrolling down your Twitter feed can get you. But I think I was like,
I think your algorithm trying to send you to the psychiatrist, baby.
Okay, well,
Okay, because they just sent you some shit today.
Okay.
I don't know why they putting this on your feed.
I was like, wow, this is crazy stuff. This is a lot.
Oprah did. She received a lot of flack for that show. I remember when it happened.
Yeah, so and I wonder if they verified that information prior to her getting on the show, or if it was just so sensationalized that they were like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. Who would ever?
Well, whether they verified it or not, I do know this much. It definitely introduced a bunch of satanic stuff out into the atmosphere with witches and devils and demons and
And you notice how Oprah asks, have you ever been used before? It was like, it kind of was like, what do you mean used? Like, why would you use that word? Why you could say, I would say abused, or it was kind of like she was whitewashing the severity of what was actually going on. I don't know.
I'm inclined to believe it was just, at that time Oprah was just
trying to get some ratings.
Trying to move around, move up. So because at one time any and everything went on her show, and then she tried to clean it up after about 10-15 years. She switched tracks on us. You know, so I feel like it was just kind of
Well, I
like
think it actually.
QAnon shit that they be doing now, and Oprah just went ahead and went with it, you know, to raise the ratings up. But I don't know if she, I don't know, I don't know personally. This is just my opinion. I don't know whether I don't feel like she probably, you know, believed that story. I just think she just wanted to be the talk of the town and, you know, to get those ratings up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, you know, I don't think that she vetted the person. Maybe that's a possibility that she didn't vet the person.
I think she did because she's very smart. I believe she vetted the person
and knew exactly what.
But
she
I
was
think
doing.
she betted on. I think she beat like a bet. Think she bet that it was gonna get her where she wanted to go, and I think it worked.
Well,
because she definitely was the talk of the town for a minute.
Well, that takes us into the Trumpstein Files. In particular, the Epstein emails that were released. And so there were some videos that also surfaced on my news feed that kind of went into some of the files. They're doing the investigating for us. So,
Right.
you know, we're going to look at and see what they're finding. And here go the first one. Well, let me see.
You don't want to play for you?
It's about to play.
Oh, okay.
Myself. So there was this email. It says, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." Now that's coming from Jeffrey Epstein. It was censored who he sent that to. But whoever it was said, "I am in China," right? What day was that? That was in April of 2009, right? Huh. Well, this guy, he was in China in April of 2009. Schmenjman, Satin Sasu. Yeah. What's it say there? And in the U.S., I'll be in the U.S. second week of May. I bet he wasn't, though, was he? Holy shit, he was. Damn. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Wow. I'm sure.
Okay, so that was one video. What do you think? Do you think that Schmenjamin
Listen, I think your feed need to send you a little bit better video than that one.
No, it ain't convincing you. It ain't convincing.
Yeah, because Buddy, you know, he done went down a whole rabbit hole. You know, he done looked to see who was in China in 2009 that could be in the Epstein Files. I wonder how he did that research.
It looked like he AI'd, like Google and AI.
Uh-huh.
So.
But yeah, baby. Yeah, ask your feed to do a little bit better.
You said it's not.
Yeah, they're gonna take
Epstein's bank account was called.
But you know, the crazy thing about it is the fact that there was an actual email that included the word torture video in it.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, you know, about the torture video. You know, you're passing it around.
Yeah.
That's why I said the other night when we were on, Epstein made sure he had evidence against everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He made sure that he had everybody caught up in the palm of his hand, like he was God.
Yep, that's why they had to get rid of him.
God of the demons.
Yeah, clearly.
The deviant.
And the deviant.
Yes.
That was the torture video. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at some more sick stuff.
Jeffrey Epstein's bank account was called Baal, the ancient Canaanite deity which people had sacrificed their children to.
A victim's diary shows that she was impregnated multiple times and forced to give birth for Ghislaine and Epstein. Israel is mentioned twice as much as Donald Trump in the new documents. Here he is discussing with Roger Schank, a Jewish American academic and hedge fund worker, saying Jews create vast fortunes by manipulating markets and creating financial speculation and exploiting labor. He says, let the Goyim deal in the real world. In a discussion with the Rothschild family, Epstein says if they overthrew the Ukrainian government, there would be great opportunities. The Rothschild family paid Epstein $25 million for certain algorithms. While talking to Peggy Seigel, August 7th of 2010, she asks if an event is going to be 100% Jewish. He says no, they'll have Goyim in abundance. But don't worry, they're just brilliant wasps from JP Morgan. Joshua Finkelstein, BlackRock's Larry Finkelstein's son, is accused of not having any respect for non-Jews, seeing them as not human. This is from his ex-girlfriend, Svetlana. He pressures her to have an abortion. In 2017, Epstein has a conversation talking about if you want to hire the best people, you have to hire only Jews. Only hire those who can prove they are genetically Jewish. Maria Farmer, one of the first victims to come out and name Epstein.
I wasn't allowed to go get food. And when I called Ghislaine and asked why I couldn't eat there, she said, it's a Jewish country club. You're not Jewish. They're not going to serve you. They, honest to God, think their DNA is better than everybody else's.
Said that their operation was motivated by Jewish supremacy.
Oh, well.
Interesting.
Lots of and you know the crazy thing about these emails is that they're so the coded language that they use. It makes me believe that there is like this secret life that's taking place right under our eyes that we would never ever know, and that they always kind of allude to in the public, but you know they do it right under your nose, and you know this stuff is just happening.
And the Jewish people do have a lot of wealth in America. You know, they own the movies, you know, Harvey Weinstein. They own, you know, a lot of financial entities. You heard them say BlackRock, Rothschild, you know. So the Jewish community do have a lot of wealth in America. And for Jeffrey Epstein, who is AKA Jewish, well, I don't know if he's Jewish or not, but that is a Jewish last name. And so I'm going to assume that he's Jewish. For him to try to build up his own community and only deal with his own people is just ludicrous. And to tell this lady, because you're not Jewish, you can't go to the country club. I mean, all kind of shit just be going on under our nose, and we have no clue about it. You know, these Epstein files is just a trove of treasures. A wealth of knowledge that we're just learning all about the rich and the powerful and how they operate.
And
That's what I'm getting a lesson.
right.
Yeah, and their sick lessons. Yeah.
Well, y'all remember the people are wondering now that the Trumpstein Files came out, is Kash Patel going to go to jail? Because there are clearly acts in just the information that was released. Mind you, they couldn't release a lot of the stuff that, you know, was like criminal and all the other stuff. So they only released what they released. And it already looks like, you know, these people were engaged in a lot of criminal activity. So did Kash Patel perjure himself when he made this statement?
There's no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Well, I mean, basically all of the files that I thought we just got came from the FBI, right?
They did.
Oh, okay.
The ones who redacted his name as many times as they could, but they still left his name in there a lot.
Child, I just don't understand. There's just so much the level of corruption in this administration it baffles me how everybody is just not completely outraged and like we just need to get a whole new administration at this point. Like, just
Yeah,
get rid
everybody
of
need
them
to go.
all,
Everybody need to go. Everybody.
and let's just start completely over.
You're gonna have to. In order to fix this problem, you really need to run everybody out of Washington and get your whole new crew in there.
Right.
That's basically, and half of the people that's there don't know what they're doing anyway. So why not let people learn on the job? Hell, at the rate we going, that's what we have anyway. You know, Cash Patel is clearly not qualified to be a DOJ. What is? No, he's not DOJ. He's the FBI, isn't he?
The director of
The director of the FBI. He clearly is not qualified for that at all. None whatsoever.
Well,
and he definitely not separating the powers.
This facility that ICE just purchased, maybe, and once they get it, fixed up and stuff, maybe it might be a good location to house this entire administration, so that they can serve, whatever sentence they're given. But let's look at
since
this.
they building jails for other folks.
Right, exactly. They could be the one.
They could be the first. They could be the first one. The first.
Exactly.
Occupants.
The first inmates.
Right.
So as tensions mount over federal immigration arrest, Homeland Security has made a very big real estate deal, we learn, in the West Valley.
A huge warehouse built for storing and shipping now belongs to ICE. As Joe Dana tells us, the agency made the purchase as part of their plan to detain more immigrants.
If the Trump administration follows through on its plans, this is a sign they're planning to ramp up immigration enforcement. County property records show Homeland Security purchased this behemoth building last week for a price tag of about $70 million. The 418,000 square foot building is equal to more than
That'll
7
fit the
football
full
fields.
administration.
NBC News reported in November ICE was exploring several states, including Arizona. Democratic lawmakers are pointing to Minnesota to show what happens when ICE places even more ICE agents on the street. Border Patrol Chief Tom Homan discussed plans to scale back tactics, while state legislator Annalise Ortiz says she believes Arizonans don't want this.
This is abhorrent, and it really should chill all of us, because ICE is violating the U.S. Constitution, which means none of us are safe, including United States citizens.
Well, the drawdown is going to happen based on these agreements, but the drawdown can happen even more if the hateful rhetoric and the impediment and interference will stop.
Coming up at 6, more on what's at stake here and why there's a flurry of emergency lawsuits claiming immigrants and citizens are being improperly detained. The head of ICE has been ordered to appear before a judge Friday. The city of Surprise tells us they've had no communication with the federal government about their plans. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Well,
let's look at this building. Let's start with this building first.
Okay.
So they said that they purchased this building for $70 million, right?
Right.
But the damn building looked like it's brand new on the outside.
Yeah, this looked like a
How long
built.
have this building been there? So what you did was you had somebody to build a building, waited for you to get funding, reimbursed them, and now you purchase some property.
That's exactly what happened.
Allegedly.
But
that's what it looks like from the outside looking in, because the damn building, the building just looked like, they just, haven't been there very long at all.
Hasn't had not one occupant.
And then gonna put a damn lock on the front door.
Specifically for them. Yeah, so this is what they're gonna do with, again, the American taxpayer dollars, and now they're going to detain on a massive scale. So I'm inclined to believe that this isn't just for immigrants. This is going to be,
for people who don't fall in line.
There
It's
you
what
go.
I believe it's for.
They just ramping up.
Like they said, anybody can catch it.
And let's look at this tour.
To the right, that goes to the roof.
Of course, ain't no black people gonna get them contracts. We already know.
Exactly. Do they ever?
And so now that we know that they're ramping up with these $70 million facilities that they're supposed to be popping up in like 8 different states, let's look at their tactical gear that they're actually wearing.
Did you know that the tactical gear that ICE wears is the same exact tactical gear worn by the IDF? That gear is manufactured in Israel by an Israeli company called Agilite. When I started noticing the similarities between Israeli and ICE uniforms, I turned to America's favorite whistleblower, Anthony Aguilar. And here's what he had to say about it.
When I was hired by UG Solutions under the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to work as an armed independent contractor in Gaza, the company dictated that we purchase the Agilite tactical equipment set. The Agilite tactical equipment set is produced in Israel, owned by Israel. In that contract, whether we had our own equipment or not, American made or other, we could not bring it and we could not wear it. We had to wear the Agilite kit. We had the option of purchasing it and showing up with it, or when we got into Israel, it would be provided to us and taken out of our first month's pay. That contract that I signed with UG Solutions as an independent contractor, I signed it on May 13th, 2025. The last page of that contract stipulates that we must purchase the Agilite equipment. Why does that matter? The Agilite K19 and K0 soft vest, along with the Magnetics Battle Belt Loadout series, is the exact same equipment that ICE agents wear in the streets of our neighborhoods. And that's not a coincidence. If you go to the Department of Homeland Security webpage, to their procurement and contracts, you'll see the Department of Homeland Security has a sole source contract through Government Services Administration, the GSA, which administers the purchase of government equipment through other companies, with Agilite Israel. They have a specific purchasing number. This allows for the purchase direct of equipment, and the Department of Homeland Security sole sources equipment to ICE through Agilite. Not only are ICE agents being trained in Israel by the IDF, they are also being equipped by Israel with the exact same equipment that the IDF wear in the West Bank and in Gaza, and they're wearing it in our streets. And it is more than just the equipment they wear, it's the cost. Rather than have equipment that's made here in America that our agents wear, they wear foreign equipment, made and owned in Israel. More of our tax dollars going directly to Israel to not only train ICE agents on our streets, but equip ICE agents on our streets. You can see the photos. They're identical from what the IDF wore, from what ICE wears, and what we were mandated to wear while operating in Gaza. It's time that we all wake up, recognize this, and cut ties and demand accountability from our government.
All right, so we have ICE using the same type of gear that they use, overseas when they're in like war, or like foreign territories, and but we're using it for the American communities and on American citizens. So
more money funneled to Israel, and what was that?
And to go against us.
And to go against us. Yeah, to hurt the, but make America great again.
And make Israel rich.
And make Israel rich in the process. Chuck Schumer was just given, which is the speaker for the Democrats. He's the top top senator in the Democrats in the Senate, right? House leader. And at the end of the day, he was just making a speech on about how we need to fund Israel. I don't know what it is about Israel where all these politicians swear we have to fund them when their president is just as corrupt as our president is, allegedly. And, you know, he's starting all kind of wars and doing all type of things to Gaza. You remember he started the war with Gaza, trying to run the Gazans out. And so, and we're funding this mess. We're funding Israel. And I don't understand why all these politicians feel like we have to continue to fund Israel. And we've been funding them for a long time. And for what? Why do we have to keep sending money to Israel and they're clearly corrupt? They say Ukraine is corrupt because of Russia. Well, I feel like Israel is just as corrupt as Russia is. In my opinion, Israel is just as corrupt.
And these local municipalities are also having to pay Israel as well, to the point where you can't even really determine how much money Israel is getting out of the American people.
Yeah, using all our tax dollars to fund Israel. And, you know, meanwhile, we got cities that's crumbling here in the United States. People can't even buy groceries week to week and don't have homes to live in. But we got money to send to Israel.
And we pardoning all the people who have scammed and defrauded the American taxpayers out of millions and billions of dollars and stuff. So, you know, we're also doing that. But let's just go ahead and look at a few clips, because we're about to end the show, but we're gonna look at these clips where ICE uses excessive force but gets checked. All right, so let's look at this.
Oh shit!
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Let me go ahead and just pause it real quick and start it back over so y'all can see that again.
They just popped him in the face.
Look at this. He used a weapon to just pop him in the face. And look, now they got a dog. These people, who they think they are?
They can't even fight, so they got to hit somebody first and then put a dog on them.
With a weapon. And then got to get a mob of people.
Right. For one person.
For one person.
I'm telling you, and they film everything, you know. I know this is coming from somebody else, but I'm pretty sure one of them got some cameras too.
Yeah, of course. You know, they keep their own documentary style film, but this one
I wonder for them to be doing all this video and taping and filming it, is that all to please the king so that they can send back the video footage of how they attacking the American public? Is that what all the video footage is for?
It feels like it, because I feel like what are y'all doing with the video footage?
All right. Is it for training for later on?
Right.
I hope not.
Why do y'all think filming yourselves being ruthless and, you know, doing these horrific and at best immoral, at worst like terroristic tactics that you guys are using on these people? And I'm gonna say people because it's both American citizens and immigrants. Look, the black man came. Look, this black man coming. He's like, look, he bleeding. See, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. And you know,
what's he touching that man for?
Hey, back up!
Don't nobody care nothing about that dog.
Back up!
That dog will get.
Back up! Back up!
And that's the real police there too.
Yeah. Yeah, they all in on this shit.
And they just letting this happen like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This is why in Texas, probably the reddest place in America, the Democrat just won. So, well, it's definitely not the reddest place because we do have Florida.
All right. But let them, I hate that this is happening to the American public, but this is what the American public have to see in order for people with some sense to open their eyes. Now, people like this, you'll never be able to convince. Because they may as well just join ICE. It's a meth dealer. It's a meth dealer. And even if he is a meth dealer, they don't have the right to beat him up that way. He's still a person, whether he's a meth dealer or not.
Exactly.
Right. Any type of justification to justify what's going on.
Yeah, if you got to do that to justify it, then you know it ain't right.
Right.
You ain't got to do none of those. You ain't got to say none of that stuff to justify the acts of Jesus Christ, do you? Y'all supposed to be such devout Christians. Do you have to make excuses for Jesus' actions in the way that you have to make them for ICE? Now they're in the
We are
middle
here,
of
and some
building
people
homes.
are being witnesses to what is going on. We can tell that some of them
Here
are
in
actually
Texas.
concerned for their safety. As we
that's
said,
in Midland,
mentioned
Texas.
earlier, we spoke with some neighbors, and they did say that they believed this to be a medical emergency, and then they saw HSI. They saw people with green uniforms. We do know that they were trying to pepper spray a few of them. Like we've mentioned before, the Midland Fire Department is present. Midland County Sheriff's Office is also present. Earlier, we did see people with an HSI badge and police ICE logo in the back of their jacket. There is various witnesses to this. This is happening in a neighborhood in Midland. It is in Stonebridge Drive and Porterfield Road. We have been here for what is about an hour. As we are seeing, they are trying to run and try to get them.
Now these people
También
trying
han
to
sido
build
advertidos
houses.
que por favor se tapen la cara porque
Now these people trying to build houses. And
yeah, who gonna build them houses? That's okay.
Así que
Who
fueron
gonna build them houses now once they get them
los
all?
pusieron, ahí podemos ver que están tratando de agarrar a este individuo.
So they got a whole crane. They didn't commission the crane, or is that the construction people's crane?
I don't know who crane it is, but I know they in it.
Yeah, they trying to get to these
and
people.
trying to get the people, and the sheriff department was out there assisting them also.
See, that's what they talking about. They be getting cooperation from the police department. And that's why I'm saying this is why nobody's going to trust none of these law enforcement agents.
Yeah, I want to see who's going to build these houses, though, after they round everybody up. Let's see how long this house stays just as is.
We're told.
This cop right here. This cop right here. Este que va ahí. You assaulted this guy too and me.
Okay. So we do know that there was two individuals that were told he is running.
I mean, that's not funny.
He has been tased at this moment.
And that's pretty much the video.
I don't know why he ran, though. He know he can't run through them people like that.
I mean, at least not foully, you know.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you ready for the run.
He ain't have time to make a plan, though.
Right. Nah.
People are gonna have to start making a plan before they go to work. An escape plan.
Right.
For when they're out in the public and how they're gonna, how you get you a plan in case your house catch on fire. Well, it look like the immigrants gonna have to get them an escape plan in case ICE is on the way.
Nah, if you here illegally, just turn yourself in, child. If you're here illegally, just turn. Now, if you here legally, stand your ground. But if you here illegally, until we get a new administration, no, I'm joking. You know, just go ahead and deport for
Walk
a
back
little
in when
while.
the other administration come.
Right.
Come back when the coast is clear.
Come back with the coast is clear.
Right.
Because at this point,
Yeah, because at this point, if you're not turning yourself in, it could be a matter of life and death at this point.
and it's becoming a safety hazard for the American public. So,
Mm-hmm.
while I don't agree with their tactics, if that's what the American people say they wanted to get rid of all the immigrants because they was eating the cats and eating the dogs and taking all the black jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
so they said it's time to get rid of them. If that's what the people want, then the immigrants that are here illegally.
That was in Midland, Texas, Renee. A little small town in Texas, about 3 hours away from Dallas Fort Worth area.
Daddy Trump, you're king for 12 more years.
Child. I'm not going to even respond.
At this point, that's
You do good to get 12 more minutes.
Okay.
At this point, okay.
Okay, because they giving him 12 more days of life? Can he get 12 more days of life? That's what he needs.
That's what I'm saying. He probably making it 12 minutes at a time.
Step by step.
Step by
day
step.
by
Okay.
day.
Yeah. Any day now.
That doctor gassed us up. It's gonna be a surprise to it's gonna be a surprise to the American public when y'all get the news.
Right.
All right.
I'm definitely streaming it. We definitely
Okay.
gonna stream it, baby.
Oh, definitely. But this was an interesting show, y'all. We was all over the place with the Epstein file, the Trumpstein Files. Then you have Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj, and Trevor, and they, their love triangle or whatever kind of thing they got going on.
Minaj triangle.
Right. The Trump Minaj. And so then you had Marjorie Taylor Greene, spewing out New World Order conspiracy theories, and we just got a lot going on.
Marjorie was truth telling.
Yeah, she was.
Marjorie is finally truth telling, but it's a day late and $1 short, Marge.
So I can only imagine that everything is just about to get crazier and crazier as we go into 2026. So y'all make sure that y'all take some days off of social media, at least one day a week, because I scrolled down my Twitter feed and y'all saw that's enough to drive somebody insane.
I told you your Twitter I told you your Twitter feed, your algorithm trying to send you to the psychiatrist, baby.
Right.
They trying to take you all the way out. They really trying to throw you off your game.
Right. But we ain't gonna let them. And all the stuff that they show me, I'm gonna show y'all. So
Oh God. Why we gotta go down the rabbit hole with you and Twitter?
Hey. The thing about it is some of this stuff is like, that was a real episode on Oprah. I mean, you gotta take it for what it is. It's still propaganda and stuff, but
don't worry, guys. I won't let us go down too much of a rabbit hole off of his Twitter feed. I'll be here to help out.
Right.
Help filter some of this crap out. Some of it gonna go through though. I ain't gonna be able to control all of it. I'll control as much as I can, guys.
Let us know what y'all think. Is America cooked? I think at this point we're not only cooked, we're fried, dyed, laid to the side.
I don't think so.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'm very optimistic, and I see people pushing back, and I just think that these things have to happen in order. What I do feel like, in order for things to change, What I do feel like
We're
is
gonna have to get uncomfortable.
it's gonna have to get uncomfortable. We're gonna have to meet this moment, and we're gonna have to go through this moment. And it's a necessary moment that we have to go through. And basically, it's good versus evil. Basically, what it is. It's not red against blue. It's good. It's good versus evil, right versus wrong, and how well would you like to sleep at night? Okay, it's about
Who's
morals,
living in the
character,
Trump?
and
Who's living?
values.
Who's living on Epstein Island right now? Did anybody buy it or like what's going on with?
Well, it's in the state, so he got handlers that's handling it. But I hardly doubt if anybody is there. If anybody, he got a brother. But you know how other people do it sometimes. Sometimes they'll leave the dog everything and won't leave the family nothing. And the way Epstein, way he was thinking, that brother better be 100% Jewish, or he may not get nothing from Epstein. So I'm just saying, Epstein better have his birth certificate, have read his birth certificate in order for him to leave him anything based on his ideology and the way that he was speaking about nothing but 100% Jewish people.
Right.
In with whatever he had going on at that time. So
They talk about Epstein is alive.
I hope he is alive so we can go back and arrest him. I hope we find him. Okay, so he can be back in jail where he belongs.
Well, it was interesting. I hope you guys learned something. And I hope you guys hit that like button. Even my little right people, the right wing, left wing, and the middle. Everybody, y'all hit that like button.
I mean, if you're gonna spend time with us, you may as well hit the like button.
Especially you, John Thompson.
What John saying?
The one that says it's about to FAFO. Epstein is alive, clowns.
I hope so. I really do.
And we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff this Black History Month. We don't want to keep it all educational and boring, but we also don't want to keep it all about conspiracy theories. So we're going to try to add a lot of comedy and funny clips into the shows as well. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. And do you have any final words for the people? Did you already get your final words?
No, you were just talking. I was just listening. No, I thought you was gonna highlight some more comments, but
we can go through the comments real quick. Actually,
you don't have to. It's all good. I was just waiting. Just answering your question. But basically, everybody just, I'm very optimistic. I really am, and I know I sit up here and be on my soapbox and talk about these things, but I think it's very important for us to bring all this stuff out and to talk about it, to really get it off our chest, because really there are some people that are really, really afraid. A lot of people are in despair. People don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nothing is really promised anyway for tomorrow, but we definitely, people don't know if they're going to be abducted or not and be taken to some foreign country or some prison all over in the name of ICE and immigration. So everybody just try to stay safe, try to stick it out, and do what you can to help your community. Don't do too much, but do whatever you can, whatever you feel. Yeah, don't do too much now. Don't you see how they treat people.
Don't put yourself
don't put yourself in harm's way. But do whatever you can, to try to help each other out, because I feel like we, together we're stronger, and we all can get through this. We really can, because really it's more people that want to do right than it is that people want to do wrong and be mean and cruel. I always feel like that evil may endure for a minute, but it's not gonna last forever. So
now, with that being said, I do also feel like there is definitely a need for the people who are organizing and who are willing to defend their community and their fellow neighbors and things like that. I think those people are also necessary. to let the government know that they don't control us. We are. I mean, the government is for the people,
Yeah, they work
and
for us. We don't work for them.
right, exactly. It's not the other way around. Yes, we abide by rules, but it's because it's been a collective agreement for us to live in a civilized society that we have rules that everybody collectively will follow, and there's people who enforces those rules. I mean, that's a collective thing, but if they want to weaponize the system against us, then maybe we need to look at a different way of
Look at Lincoln Heights. Follow Lincoln Heights blueprint. Go back to that Lincoln Heights video and follow that blueprint is what I advise everybody.
That's right.
And
Let them know who holds the power.
That part.
And yeah, that's all I have. So we appreciate you guys for being here. Definitely, if you feel like you want to support the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I think that we can both agree, and I think that everybody in the chat can agree, we can do more together than we can do apart. United we stand, divided we fall. And so if you are a patriot, then you should be someone who understands that America has two parties, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
Well, three parties really, because the independence is also a thing.
Well, yeah, and independence.
They're a block of the chunk. They're a block of the voting block also.
But since we know that being an American includes, people having the right to vote how they want to vote, and for who they want to vote for, we should not be at each other's throats for something that we have been doing for decades at this point. We've always been able to have our opposing views but come together when it matters. And I think that this is one of those inflection points where, this is where we're going to have to put partisan ideology aside, and, we're going to have to come together.
Yeah, because we all in this together. And just the videos that we're watching, you clearly can see anybody can catch it. Nobody's an exception to the rule anymore, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And I like white people. I like black people. I like Mexicans. I like Chinese. I like everybody.
I like anybody that respect me.
Everybody that respect me. Exactly.
All right. No matter what color they are. No matter what color they are, where they come from, who they love, who they don't love, or what have you. If you respect to me, I'm gonna respect you, and that's just bottom line. And really, that's all you can ask for.
And that's just how we should just be living our lives. I mean, we are a nation made up of immigration. Started from immigrating, and we built this country with immigration. So, let's not be stupid.
Yeah. And y'all subscribe. Y'all subscribe to my I Said What I Said channel also, as well as Foxy 2, Roxy 3 channel. Along with
please.
OTR.
Make sure that y'all go subscribe to I Said What I Said right now before y'all leave. And also Foxy 2, Roxy 3, which is our third host on the Off the Record show. And I guess, guys, we'll be looking at some more stuff coming up. So y'all hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell. And we will check y'all out later.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, you know what time it is. No scripts, no filters, no fear. We said what we said and meant that. Off the record. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real. No filters, here we say what we feel. Politics, stories, truth on display. Come on. We talk that talk in our own way. Off the record, minion the God, let's go. Foxy 2, Roxy 3, she go hard.
I swear on everything, that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
So hard. Lizzie with the facts she never missed. I said what I said, that's the twist. Off the record, yeah. Come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. Nah, we pull the roots from what they keep. From pain to progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Minion bring the vision, Foxy bring the flame. Lizzie drop a cease, it'll never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We taking truth global, remember the name. No apologies, no disguise, just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. This the realest show you ever saw. On the record. We said what we said. Off the record. Yeah. Yeah. We said what we said. Off the record.